Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to have you here. And I know many folks are gathering in New York City. Isn't it important and wonderful that we can gather together again? I'm sorry I can't be with you. It had been my plan, but I was pulled away to a personal commitment. So I really hope you're preparing for a great event in New York City and also for the wonderful online community that IMSTA has so effectively created and pulled together and continues to nurture. So my name is Mary Luehrsen. I am the Senior Advisor for Public Policy for NAMM. That's the National Association for Music Merchants. I'm also Executive Director of the NAMM Foundation. And it's just a pleasure. I thank the leaders of this great organization for inviting me. And I'm happy to share with you some ideas about building your career in the music industry. And I need to broaden that a little bit more. It's really building your career in the creative industry. All the things that your love, commitment, and interest and skills in music can guide and lead you toward in not only the field of music, but in the broader creative industries. A bit about NAMM. NAMM is a 121-year-old music association. It's known best for its annual NAMM show, which before the pandemic occurred every January in Anaheim, California. We returned just last June to our first in-person show after the COVID period, and we're planning for our next NAMM show in April 2023. I'll give you more details about that as we go along. Now, being a 121-year-old trade association, business-to-business organization, nonprofit, and being in business for this many decades, we've seen many things in our time as a trade association and as a organization that seeks to promote music making, promote and support the business development of our music industry, business members, be they manufacturers, innovators, creators, music retailers, distributors, and also most recently, individuals that are working in those sectors can also now be members of NAMM. So again, across these many decades, we've seen so many societal changes, but one thing that has been constant is the power and value and benefit of making music. And that is NAMM's core mission and belief that every person has a right to learn music and make music. And we are active defenders and promoters of those joys and benefits of making music. So I'm here today to talk about how you are going to navigate, some ideas to share how you are going to navigate and build your career in music, as well as the wider creative industry field. I want to share with you some information about the NAMM's Gen Next program that will convene again at the NAMM show in April 2023. And our President's Innovation Award, which is open right now, that offers us competitive scholarships to receive a stipend to actually attend the NAMM show and be part of the NAMM show and the Gen Next program. So I'm going to go through some kind of basic points. I also serve as professor of practice at the University of South Carolina School of Music. So I have the joy and privilege, honor to work with college students pursuing their career in music. And I've had a great experience understanding more the perspective of students going into that desire to go into the field of music. And I think there's some practical as well as philosophical points of view that are really important to consider early in your career and also to consider as you move through your career. Even I, at this August time of my career, goes back to some of these basics to understand my commitment, my ambitions, the creativity and innovation I can bring to my job now, which is the essence of the work in music and creative industries. So first of all, your career. A few attributes and mindsets. I think the most important thing I could start out by saying to you is that it's very important that you really believe in what you want to do and that you have a relentlessly positive approach to your calling in the field of music or somewhere in the vast field of the creative industries. We know, even going back, it still exists and going back decades when it started for me, we still operate in an environment where there's resounding myths about the potential for success that someone may have if they enter the field of music or the creative industries. There's maybe sometimes raised eyebrows from family members or family friends or even your close friends as they kind of question your attributes and your desires for a living career in music. But you need to kind of understand that that might exist, but not be in any way deterred, because this commitment that you're making is personal, it's passionate, and it deserves your relentlessly positive commitment. So I encourage you, as you make these decisions and make these forecasts for yourself, to also develop a 1 or 2 line advocacy statement for yourself to be your own best advocate. That I'm pursuing these career goals because I'm going to do this, contribute in this way. I believe in these things. I'm going to get the skill set I need to advance. And I really believe in the community of these creative and skilled musical people that are already really making beautiful livings and lifestyle in the music industry. The more that we do that collectively, the more that we can navigate and stretch those myths to we stretch them so far that they kind of disappear into the horizon. But it's you're relentlessly positive and advocating for yourself is something that I think will really level the kind of support that we all deserve in parts of our lives, and that you deserve the support too as you go forward. But sometimes we have to be our own best advocate for where we seek to go. The next kind of concrete advice I'd like to share is investing in developing your skill set, whatever that skill set is. Many times I'm talking to professional performing musicians and to young people who are planning their careers in music teaching. And I say it to all of you who are planning to move into music production or are working in the role of professional songwriters or all the other interesting things that will be available to you because of that initial interest, but that you really develop into that skill set in the most serious way. I think that includes things like understanding music literacy, understanding and being able to read music. I think sometimes many creative people don't, and many creative people do. So getting into the debate if it's good or not is kind of not, I think, what I wish to have. Because I don't really believe the one is better or not. But I know if you can, you're opening up more options for yourself. And as you develop a career, that again is all part of your relentlessly positive approach to your life, is you're going to continue to expand options for yourself. So your investment in your skill set now, laying down that basis, is really important. It will multiply. These skills will multiply, but they can't multiply if some of the basics aren't there. Along the way, you also kind of develop that commitment to continuous learning. And all of you that are going to be involved with music technology and the technological infrastructure that now is such a serious, essential part of the creative industries, that commitment to lifelong learning and constantly improving your skill set is absolutely important. So you're not going to learn something once and then be able to get any job you want with that skill set. It's a constantly expanding, nimble willingness to learn. So many employers that I know in the music industry talk about who they hire, and one of the first thing they say is someone that is really willing to learn, that comes in with a certain set of attributes, but is committed almost from the moment they walk in the door to expand those skills and to learn and to really make contributions back into the company. So I think that's an important part of the mindset and the attributes. Even I, again, at my August age, am pursuing new things that are of interest and important to me and my skill set, which is in the public policy realm and the advocacy realm, relying more and more on technology as well, and to pursue these avenues for my own benefit keeps me engaged and really committed to the work. Um, so the third important tip I'd like to leave with you all is that once you are in the mindset of you're advocating and really believing and are relentlessly positive for the work that you want to do and the career you want to develop, you are committed to lifelong investment in your skill set and what you understand about what is needed, what you need to know, what you can do uh, in your career and how you can develop it and the skills that you need and how those skills are going to change as the world continues to develop. The third most important leg of this multi-legged stool is to really engage in networking and engage in developing people who you know in the field within which you want to work. Now, the fact that you're participating here at IMSTA is a great first step and a great example that you probably already get it. And you need to invest in this community, participate and support this community to the best way you can through forums, through events, through participation in their various trainings and contests, understanding what they stand for, understanding who the leadership is, how you could help as a even volunteering for this organization. Your commitment to the success of IMSTA is really one of the first places to start your networking. Your online communities. They say that we've never had the ability to connect as we do now with our social media and online communities. Your internships are extremely important, not only for your skill set development, but for your connection to people in the field who can serve as mentors and links in the chain of relationships that you're going to have that could last your entire life. It's just part of the reality of the creative industry. We are heavily relationship based. We are heavily skill set. Someone's recommended with a great skill set, and they're wonderful to work with. You will have a pathway, and you will have options. Again, the whole idea as we grow in a career is to increase our options as we go forward, not to eliminate or decrease them as we go forward. So this network of our network is our professions becomes our learning network. This is where we learn, and we not only learn what we need in terms of our skill set, all the technology, the musical literacy things that but this is where we also expand our human skill set, right? Where we learn how to communicate better. We learn how to sell through something. Do you understand what I'm working on? Do you understand what it means? Do you understand how it could make a difference? It's our ability to get that feedback through our mentorships and our relationships and our internships and our first jobs and our second jobs and our third jobs and our fifth jobs, always interacting. So networking, exploration of relationships, development of relationships is critical. Along with that, I'm going to say you being involved with NAMM and being involved with the NAMM show is another really critical network for anyone interested in the creative industries, in music business, of course, pro audio, event technology. It is a crossroads for the professionals and the leading brands operating in those spaces. From someone who builds the world's most beautiful handcrafted piano to the most microscopically embeddable microphone and all the other things that in that spectrum by talented, creative, engineering-minded people, all focused on remarkable experiences in music. So the NAMM show, I feel, as part of one's development is so important. And that's why we have this pathway to participation through our Gen Next program. If you are in college music, if you are a college music student, a community college student, even a college and a professional development certificate program, multi-weeks, multi-months, you can apply or register to be part of Gen Next. There's a modest registration fee that we're just soon to publish. Registration will open in October. The NAMM show is April 12, 13, 14, 15, excuse me, um, uh, 13, 14, 15, 2023 in Anaheim, California. The Gen Next program is created as a separate channel of conferences, conference sessions, and workshops for young people, that generally younger people that are registering to be part of Gen Next. There's panels for industry professionals. There's even things down to songwriting licensing and intellectual property issues for the emerging creative person songwriter. All sorts of sessions just for our Gen Next community to come together, along with a lot of networking experiences along the way. And open right now at nammfoundation.org is an application process for our President's Innovation Award. And there's there's guidelines that you should read carefully before considering to apply, but you can apply for a stipend of $750 per person to come to the NAMM show and be part of that very important leadership cohort, a division of Gen Next, and have some separate events and meetings, again, ripe with networking. Also, the students and your colleagues in these courses and experiences that you meet along the way will be your colleagues through your business life. You may even work together to start businesses. You may work together to be hired as a team after developing something that's innovative. You may be the recruiting people to be on the tour that you are now managing, and someone else is bringing interns on to help them with the pro audio or the sound around that important event. Or you may be the songwriter that's writing that next big hit that's going to gather all of those people together to share that material with the world. So again, knowing all of those things and knowing who these people are and networking with them and having them know you and having them know your story, your commitment, your relentlessly positive approach, your way forward in this industry that you want to contribute to, that you want to be a part of. Getting close to the last two pillars I want to talk about. The other thing is that get comfortable with the idea of a serial career. Now, where you are today, there's a strong prediction if the economists and the human resource professionals, maybe even our parents, would predict that's a great and important dedicated place to start, but it's not necessarily where you will find yourself in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And even along the way, you may want to go back and get different training. And it's not because you're failing early or things aren't working out, quote unquote. But if you are in this mindset of lifelong learning, continuous improvement, commitment to your field's infrastructure and the things that you need to know, you will set yourself on a path where you will comfortably evolve to new and expanding opportunities. And again, I go back to one of the basic themes here. You create for yourself new and expanding options for your career in music. And that's part of the core job you have, along with writing songs or being a great audio engineer, understanding music software, developing music software. It's I think it's a continuum. Now, the last thing I want to share with you, and I think I'll get some help here. There was a great article that was posted up on Downbeat Magazine, and I want to share that link with you. It's a multi-page article. It was actually published in August 2019. So even as we were all sort of weren't even thinking about that we were going to hit a COVID reality. But this article is more important now as we come out of COVID. And the name of the article is 50 Great Jobs for Musicians. 50. Now, the top ones you probably see, what's the first two jobs that we know musicians could do? They can teach and they can play, right? But there are a lot more, and this article does a great job to describe them. From guitar technicians to piano tuner to tour manager to concert promoter. The whole idea of working on the side of managing and promoting the industry. The music festival director, the whole idea of being arts administrator, composer. We know the essence of all creative work. Rehearsal accompanist for dance or vocal lessons. If you're got great keyboard chops, high demand. Being a part of a music department, be it high school music or private nonprofit, a concert hall manager, a venue um, marketing director, ticket service, music stores, big time NAMM members are own and run music stores. Um, really interesting opportunity in a music business that might be close to where you would prefer to live or not even have to work full time and have the chance to continue your music making craft. The whole idea of innovating with musical instruments, designing them, innovating, building them, marketing instruments. How do you set one brand apart from another? The marketing experts, musical instrument technicians. We do not have enough repairmen, and we do not have enough piano tuners. If you love your instrument, learn how to fix it. You become the expert on the block to really be helpful to anyone else that loves that instrument too. Actually working in government, being an arts administrator or liaison for the activities of city or county government that cares about the arts. Vast number of people in working that area. The whole idea of promotion and representation in various agencies, talent agencies, live music streaming, and music streaming services need staff. I know I know so many when one of our big tech companies decide to do music streaming. Everyone they hired was a musician because they needed people who understood how to organize this music as they were building the algorithms for a music streaming service. Music photography, clubbing, uh, uh, DJing in clubs, DJing on the radio, your own podcast world. Audio engineer, of course, is high on the list. Mastering engineer, sound technician. The list goes on and on and on. And there are 50 of them, right down to music librarian, music therapist, musicologist, which could be a professor of music, and the self-employed artists, the gigging artists that may do this plus a combination of many other things. And the number 49 on this list is corporate executive. And if you look at how many people I meet every month that are very high CEO or senior vice presidents in their companies, and they play guitar and they play drums. The head of Samsung Technologies here in the state is a remarkable bass player. So and gigging all over the Northeast. And he's a very happy man. So this again, it's all about possibility. So I would really hope that we could share this downbeat article with you, and then you will considerably think about joining us at NAMM. The NAMM show registration will open in mid-October. I encourage you to look at the NAMM.org website. There'll be registration for the NAMM show and information about the Gen Next channel of offerings. The President's Innovation Award application is available now at nammfoundation.org. Please carefully read the guidelines before you would consider applying. And most of all, I want you to know that all of us at NAMM, all of us at the NAMM Foundation are cheering you on. You are the future of music. You are the creators who are going to develop for us the soundtrack of our lives. You will be underpinning it with remarkable evolving technology that has its way of finding its place in sometimes our lives day to day, not just in the songwriting studio. But we're cheering you on, and we need your creative energy. We need your creative force. We need your advocacy for yourself and for all that music stands for in this world. And thank you for your commitment and your dedication. And thank you for participating in IMSTA. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.